This episode of LeapTV is made possible by Velvet Pumpkin Productions, your #1 choice for all your online video and podcasting needs. Coming up on LeapTV, a great branding lesson from New York's famous strawberry store. A tip is revealed for all of you business partners out there. And this week's performance tip, zero tolerance. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and this is the show that shows you that small, intentional, and consistent actions lead to massive results. Last April, I had the pleasure of spending a whole weekend with Oprah, along with a whole bunch of other great women in New York for her Live Your Best Life weekend. I will talk about that weekend a little bit more in a future episode. Will it be a brand hero or a brand hiccup? Stay tuned to know more about it. The answer might surprise you. During that weekend, I had the pleasure of perusing around New York to find great little stores. And I found one, a gem in my book, Strawberry Store. Bought a few things, went to the cash register, and then this happened. I stood there, and I stood there, and I stood there. I looked at her. This is what I saw. She was chewing her gum. She was writing down notes on a piece of paper. Guess how long I waited without an eye contact at the counter? 15 minutes. I just couldn't believe it. And for those of you who know me, you know that I don't have that kind of patience. But I was testing her because I'm thinking, how long will it take to get some acknowledgement here? Well, eventually I lost my patience and I went, would it be possible to have a little bit of service here? All I want to do is pay and go. And she said, were you ready? Let me think about this. I've been standing here for 15 minutes. You'd think I'd be ready by now. What's the lesson here? It's very simple. Train your employees to care about your customers like they were their own. Start a Make Him Smile incentive program, for example, to really encourage your employees to be aware of your customers' needs and your customers' experience at that moment. A simple eye contact that day would have really made a difference. There's a good reason why WestJet gives ownership to their employees. They know they'll take care of their customers even more. Remember, investing in your employees' training is key. Your business success and sanity, by the way, depends on it. Needless to say, this experience goes into my book as a brand hiccup. Now it's time to get involved. I want to know some of your best and worst brand hiccup stories. Who has disappointed you or simply pissed you off lately? Let me know by adding your comment below the video at leaptv.com. And did you know that commenting is a great way to add traffic to your website? So take advantage of it. Now, before we move on with the show, I'd like to take a moment to talk about this week's sponsor, Velvet Pumpkin Productions. Danielle, behind the camera, she's the great gal that really helps small business like yours really gain some exposure online. So head on over to velvetpumpkin.com for more information and special offers. This week's question is from Eric Jules from Charlebourg, Quebec. Eric writes, "Help! I've been in business for 7 years now and have recently had to take on a business partner. I have to say, this has been a lot harder than I've ever expected. We don't seem to see eye to eye on anything, and quite frankly, I don't feel that we know how to communicate effectively. If you were my coach, what would you advise me to do?" Eric, first, I'd like to thank you for your courage to ask for help, because that is truly the first step. And believe me when I say that I understand what you're going through. I have been working with my life partner for just a little over 19 years. So believe me when I say that we've had our fair share of miscommunications. Now, I don't know enough about your business, why you've actually taken on a partner, or even about your personalities, each of you, to really get into it. But here are my 3 top recommendations. First, remind yourself why you picked him or her as a business partner to begin with. How you do that, make a top 25 list of appreciations. Second, implement daily huddles to create an official platform where you can share your wins, your blocks, and also determine each other's accountabilities and deadlines for the week, the tactical stuff to ensure performance. And third, on a weekly basis, have a feedback time out where you can both take the opportunity to give each other honest and constructive feedback using this feedback model called 1 difficulty and 3 appreciations. So Eric, here is what the feedback model would look like and sound like. Let's say your business partner's name is John. John, 1 difficulty I have in working with you on a daily basis is, and you fill in the blank. Secondly, you go on and saying, John, what I appreciate about working with you on a daily basis is, and then you list your top 3. Very important to actually have 1 difficulty and 3 appreciations at a time. And it's very important to say your difficulty first, because if you start by the 3 appreciations, this person, John's going to wonder all along what the difficulty is, and you won't actually be listening to the 3 appreciations. Implementing the feedback model on a regular basis will keep you honest and engaged to help you raise the bar. And this is not meant to be a discussion either. Allow 24 hours between the feedback period and the discussion to make sure that there's enough time to digest. And remember that feedback is not criticism. Feedback is just an opportunity for you to share your experience. Now it's time to get involved. If you have other suggestions for Eric or want to actually share some of your partnership experiences, let's hear about them. Just post your comment below the video at LeapTV.com. In return for asking a question, Eric wins a 2-month free membership to myleaptools.com, a vital resource of constantly growing collection of tips, tools, and must-know strategies to help you perform like never before. This week's performance tip is about 0 tolerance. What are tolerances? Tolerances are all the things that just drive you up the wall, that just dims your light bulb. Dirty car, crowded closet, messy desk, negative friends, high maintenance clients, unfinished renos, unsharpened knives. Whatever it is, the list could go on, and I know you have a lot of those. The point is, don't ignore those small little annoyances because they will grow on you and have a lot more power over you. And the cost of that can be really high. Here are 3 easy steps to a tolerance-free life. Number 1, make a list. Make a list of all your tolerances, big or small, I don't care. If it bugs you, it's going on the list. Number 2, bust one every day. It's that simple. Look at your list, pick one every day, and bust it. Get rid of it. 3, increase your awareness. To be able to easily recognize the new tolerances that appear or the old ones that really want to creep back in. Go ahead, make your list, and start by busting a few little ones to get warmed up and experience true freedom. You'll see it can actually be really addictive. If you've liked this week's tip, chances are you would love myleaptools.com. Go ahead, check it out, and see for yourself. That's it for this week, and remember, everything you've learned here today will do absolutely nothing for you, unless, of course, you implement it. So take action on what you've learned today, and remember that it's much easier to do it than to dwell on it. If you want my help with a one-on-one personalized consultation to help your business grow faster, just click on the link below that says Isabelle on Demand at LeapTV.com. Also, don't forget to comment. We want to know your thoughts and ideas about this week's show. I'm Isabelle Mercier, and you can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Join me again next week for an episode filled with great branding lessons and tips to help you perform like never before. See you next week. Your number one.
What are you Russian?
I know. You're number one.
I was sick of my French accent, so I was going for Russian.
Coming up on LeapTV, a great branding lesson from New York's famous New York store. New York's famous New York store. I was there though.
Hey! You're one step closer. Last step.
From New York's famous strawberry store. Why couldn't it be called Calvin Klein? No, I had to go buy something at Strawberry. This episode, are you shooting?
I'm shooting.
Okay, I'm thinking, because I'm going to say it, and if it's good, and if it's like, I don't know.
Okay, yes, we are recording and we have sound.
Okay.